Let's see what we get. So we got to watch Cookie and Jimin's. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Be curious to see how this one compares to theirs in terms of what they say, what their experiences were, how they might be transitioning, or what they anticipate from the transitions. So let's get into it. Are we live?
라이브라는 걸 참 오랜만에 해보네. 응? 네?
시작.
됐나? 아, 됐네. 광고가.
This feels like behind the curtain.
됐네.
와, 나 진짜 카메라 있는 거 나도 진짜 오랜만이야.
아, 너무 이상한데?
이때부터
자, 안녕하십니까. 어떻게 인사해?
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 예,
반갑습니다.
Hello. Oh, okay.
저희는 갓 전역한 김태형,
김남준입니다. 반갑습니다.
Now I'm going to tell you right now because I can hear it. The audio quality is rough. Like it sounds like there's some kind of air conditioner or something going on there, and I think just the sound quality is not great. It's nothing on my end. I think it's just the live. So bear with it.
준준 씨, 저희가 드디어 전역을 했습니다.
고생 많았다.
고생 많았다.
548일?
예.
예, 공부를 마치고 이제 왔습니다. 근데 내가 지금 처음으로 감기가 걸렸어, 군대 가서. 목 감기를 조금 걸려가지고, 심하진 않네. 그래서 목소리가 약간 가있어요. 그리고, 아니, 약간 억울한 게 이제, 말년 휴가 나와가지고,
네.
한 2주 내내 맨날 계단 타고 이제, 점심 안 먹고 이제 그런 걸 열심히 했거든요. 근데 이제 어제,
Jeez.
얘기했지, 너도 후임들이랑 오래 얘기하고 그랬지, 밤에.
예.
그러니까 하다가 이제 할 때까지 괜찮았는데 딱 2시쯤 누웠나? 새벽 2시쯤 누웠는데 눈물이 엄청 나는 거예요. 그래서 다 도루묵이 돼서
Jeez.
엄청 부었습니다. 그래서 굉장히 억울하고, 하지만 또 이제 다시 찍고 할 때 잘 돌아올 테니까 아무튼 저는 어제 그래서 약간 그 인간의 희로애락을 다 느꼈어요.
진짜요?
네, 누워가지고.
이제 저는 선임들이 전역했을 때는 좀 그러는데 제가 전역하니까 눈물이 안 나더라고요.
Interesting.
그게 되게 기뻐야 되잖아. 근데 약간 뭔가 이 남은 자들의 무게를 알잖아. 뭔지 알지? 너도 한 10몇 명 보냈을 거 아니야, 선임들이.
네, 그렇죠.
그러니까 그래서 이제 후임들이 막 이렇게 있는데 약간 좀 뭔가 뭉클했습니다. 그래서 그렇게 즐겁지만은 않았고 즐겁긴 했는데 좀 여러 가지 감정을 느꼈습니다. 어땠어요, 태영 씨?
저는 그냥 이 친구들의 꿈에 대해서 되게 많은 얘기를 나눴던 것 같고,
맞지?
예, 그래도
나이가 어리니까.
예, 그리고 그 꿈에 대해서 정말 이게 1년 반 동안 이 친구들하고 살다 보니까 이 친구들의 꿈을 너무 진심으로 응원하고 뭔가 약간 내가 도와줄 수 있는 게 없나 막 이런 생각을 하게 되는 거예요. 그래서 그 친구들이랑 진짜 많은 얘기들을 나누고, 그리고 사실 군대 안에서의 이제 일어나면 친구들이랑 있고 또 눈 감기 전에 또 친구들이랑 있고 하니까 이게 좀 색다른 경험이었었던 것 같아요.
So I'll tell you what I think is interesting is and we've kind of seen patterns of this. So that's why I keep mentioning it, because every time we see it again, it's just more confirmation of what I've said before, which is, especially in these type of circumstances, not exclusive to the military, but in the military, you will talk about generally one of three things: the past, the present, the future. And when Tay talks about his friends and their dreams, he's talking about their hopes and aspirations. And what I would guarantee is part of that equation is that, and he said, like, most of his friends or his colleagues in the unit were young. So they're all aware of who he is, right? They are probably living a life that these kids, right? These kids dream of. So when they sit around and talk about their hopes and aspirations, they're also asking advice from V, like, what was it like? You know, how did you do it? How did you do with this? What was this? And it's kind of a back and forth. So Tay was able, I guarantee, to offer a whole bunch of insight on some of the things that they probably thought were the way it was, you know, like what it felt like to be famous and to be an idol. But also, I would hope that in some way he would offer some bit of a reality check as well. You know, like, well, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Like, yes, it's this and it's this, but also there's things you don't see. There's things you're not aware of. You know, like, I don't know how that conversation would go, but it does confirm, though, that, like I said, it's a matter of, in those types of circumstances, we find things to be hopeful about and be grateful for, and we let those lead us. Now, going back to something that Junie said when he said we feel a weight for those that we know are still there. Absolutely the case. Now, this is not the same level. Well, I guess it kind of is. But I'll just give you a quick kind of anecdote from my own experience. But I've compared my experience in the military with a lot of what Junie went through, because he said a lot of things that were extremely parallel with my experience. And when I went through Marine Corps boot camp, it was 13 weeks long. Like I said, I was 17 years old, and I was, for all intents and purposes, I know this will not surprise anybody, absolutely a mama's boy. I have an incredibly close relationship with my mom still to this day. And for me to leave home at 17 years old for essentially the first time in my life to go become a Marine was crushing. Yes, it was a choice that I made, still difficult. And I remember when I got to boot camp and I was homesick every minute of every single day, and I wanted to give up and I wanted to quit. I wanted to go home and I just wanted to live a normal life because this was terrible and I hated it. I remember writing letters to my family, and as a perfect example of what my experience was, and I guarantee Junie did the same things, I would write to my family, and in every letter, at least once, I would apologize. I would apologize for being such a bastard of a child, or being, you know, like making them worry when I wouldn't come home until 10 o'clock at night. You know, apologizing to my kid brother for leaving when he was 10 years old. Like, that stuff, like, ate at me. So when the time came for me to graduate boot camp and my parents showed up at Parris Island, I remember we had like a few hours to spend with our families before we had to go and do like other stuff. And I remember my mom looking over and seeing this barracks with a whole bunch of brand new recruits. We're talking like still in civilian attire, like it was their very first 2 hours on the island. And she said, "Who are those kids?" And I was like, "Oh, this is their first day." And she immediately understood that these kids were about to go through everything that I went through over the last 13 weeks. And she just started sobbing, just absolutely started sobbing. And so that was kind of on me because I kept just like trauma dumping over the letters, and she knew what was going on, right? But the point is, though, that weight, you understand, is like, I went through this is what I felt like, and now they're about to go through it as well. When I got out of the military, I still knew that there was so-and-so and so-and-so, and all these people that I was close with were still back there, and they were just like, couldn't wait to move on with their life. And now understand, though, one disclaimer I want to say, though, and I'll get back to the video, is that as much as I talk about what my experience was in the military, that's not the case for everybody. Like, I had a hard time in the military, still did well, but it wasn't for me, right? So some people spend 20 years, 30 years in the military. It's for them. It's just not for me. You know what I mean? It's not an intelligence thing. It's not an emotional intelligence thing. It's just a matter of a bunch of variables: upbringings, mindsets, mentalities, goals, aspirations. Everybody's their own story, you know? And part of the reason I say that is because of like what Auntie Christine just said, which is V seemed to do well, right? So this is going to be really interesting to hear the difference between Junie's experience and V's experience.
나는 그게 제일 억울했던 것 같아. 이제 17살 때 거기 논현동에서 숙소 맨 처음 들어와가지고
그쵸.
이제 한 30명이랑 같이 보내고 살았잖아.
네, 그쵸.
근데 그거를 이제 30살이 됐는데 다시 한번 하는 느낌인 거야.
그러니까
연습생을 다시 하는 느낌이었어요. 처음부터.
그러니까
그래서 이제 재밌었던 게 한 근 5, 6년간 입대하기 전에 뭐 제가 크게 혼나본 적이 없었거든요. 어머니가 뭐 야채 많이 먹어라, 뭐 차 조심해라, 뭐 면허는 언제 딸 거니 뭐 이런 거 말고는 저희가 이제 누구한테 혼날 일이 별로 없잖아요. 근데 이제 가자마자 엄청 혼나고
Yep.
막 그런 경험하면서 되게 다시 한번 다 내려놓고 시작하는 그런 경험을 이제 해볼 수 있었고, 그다음에 뭐 아까 기자분들 앞에서도 얘기했는데 그 군필자 친구들이랑 많이 친해졌어요.
저도요.
막 이제 형들, 친구들, 그다음 특히 아버지한테
Nice.
저희 아버지 30개월을 하셨는데 그런 얘기 들으면서 되게 이제 군필자들만 아는 그거를 좀 이해할 수 있었고, 아까 호석이랑 석진이 형 생각이 제일 많이 났던 것 같아요.
그 용어가 아빠가 쓰는 용어가 저희 때도 쓰는 게 좀 너무 신기하더라고요.
뭐 방한대책 강구,
응.
뭐 불출, 뭐 미비된 동작 완료, 뭐 이런 거 있잖아.
네, 그쵸. 아침 점화할 때도 그렇고.
아침 점화할 때도
재밌었습니다.
뭐 솔직히 막 전부 다 재밌고 즐겁지만은 않았는데 뭐 군대가 그런 곳이니까. 근데 그래도 하고 나니까 좀 그 생각 제일 많이 했던 것 같아. 이걸 다들 했구나. 이걸 다들 해냈고 되게 우리가 이제 사회에서 막 우리 거 재밌게 할 동안 누군가 이제 또 여기서 이제 자기의 또 청춘을 그렇게 해가면서 또 이렇게 하고 있었구나. 그런 되게 제가 생각해보지 못했던 부분들을 많이 생각해볼 수 있었던 시간이었습니다. 네.
저도 뭔가 이게 살면서 그 군 생활 동안에 뭔가 제가 물론 힘든 부분도 있었지만은 가장 좋았던 거는 다양한 친구들을 새롭게 만나서
맞아.
다양한 인생 스토리를 듣고 또 다양한 또 뭐 얘기들을 또 주고 받으며 또 한 번도 없어본 추억들이
I like
생기고
that.
그런
맞지.
것들이 진짜 그러니까 막 농담처럼 얘기를 하더라고요. 군대 썰은 정말 믿지 못하는 게 현실이다.
아 진짜 같으면은 가짜고 가짜 같으면 진짜다. 맞지? 저희도 뭐 많았어요. 배 물린 애들부터 선인장 먹었다가 선인장 가시가 목에 박힌 친구부터 해가지고 별일 많았습니다.
재밌었어요.
네.
그리고 진짜 저 진짜
It's so funny. It's like, hey, like, you know, the time you gotta get that cactus stuck in his neck and the thorns. And you remember, it's like, hey, remember when Johnson ate that book? Oh, it's so funny. It's just such nonsense. But it makes so much sense at the time.
저 진짜 약간 아미분들이 저희 기다려 주시나 하면서 계속 위버스 힘들 때마다 좀 가고 그랬었어.
저도 이제 종종 가다가 이제 뭔가 전역하기 전까지는 좀 이렇게 거시기 해야겠다 싶었던 것 같아요. 어느 순간 병장 달면서 원래 일병 상병 때는 책도 많이 읽고 되게 자기개발도 열심히 하다가 병장 달면서 이제 전역하고 나서 그냥 다시 좀 약간 다시 떳떳하게 다시 시작해야겠다 그 생각을 되게 많이 하고 이제 굳이 이게 군대 내내 차던 시기인데 입대할 때 이제 친구가 좀 이제 그 시기에 뜻깊죠. 항상 이제 불침번이나 이런 거 할 때 이거 띠띠띠띠 하면 이제 끄고
저는
What?
들어오실래요?
늦어가지고 그래.
아,
저녁 축하드립니다.
와.
와,
열병 1년 차다. 열병 1년 차.
너무 부러워요. 처음
Of
봐가지고.
course.
저는 언제 전역할런지.
이 양반이 얼마나
I'm surprised we didn't
놀린지
hear him
몰라요.
come in.
제가요?
네.
제가 또 뭘 놀렸다고
이
그래요.
양반이 얼마나 놀린지 몰라요, 진짜.
저녁 선물로 저를 들고 왔어요.
딱 그 멘트 할 것 같아서 지금 리본 한 거 보니까.
아,
형은 여전하다, 진짜.
You're the same.
전역하니까 기분이 어때요?
아직은 좀 잘 안 믿겨가지고.
아, 그쵸.
짜릿하죠.
이틀. 뭐 할 거예요 이제?
저요?
네.
뭐 지금요?
아, 지금 말고 이제 전역했으니까.
전역했으니까
네.
일해야죠.
일단 좀 뭐 해야겠죠? 이제
그쵸?
좀 많이
뭐
쉬었어요.
해야죠, 뭐.
그쵸. 사실 네. 열심히 파이팅 하시고
네.
네 식사.
형 지금도 아직까지 약간 그 열정 에너지 파이팅 있어요?
지금 제 눈을 보면 몰라요?
눈이 쾌하네.
없어 보여서요.
You look hollow.
그게 정답이에요.
형이
형 진짜 오랫동안 열심히
형이 혼자 고군분투 했으니까 지금.
아유 다 우리 멤버들 지금 없으니까 또 저라도 열심히 해야.
Yeah, that's a different
둘이 나왔으니까
experience.
둘이 또 열심히 해야.
내일 또 둘 나오니까.
네, 그쵸.
네.
그럼 넷이서 열심히 해야. 네, 믿고 있겠습니다.
아, 형 진짜 저희 형을 믿으세요.
네, 제가
형 진짜 형 이제 두 발 뻗고 주무셔야 돼.
원래 두 발 뻗고 자요.
아 그래? 이제 저희가 할게요. 이제.
두 발 뻗고 자는 걸?
아니 우리가 이제 열일 할게요.
오케이 믿고 있어. 야 너네 몸 너무 좋아졌다.
파이팅.
야 이제 너네랑 싸우면 맞는 거 아니냐?
진짜 질 걸요?
나도 그렇게 생각해.
형, 저 진짜 무서운 곳 갔다 왔어요.
우리 사이좋게 지내자. 우리 사이좋게 지내자.
네,
축하 저녁 축하하고.
고생했어요. 또
그래.
혼자 제국이랑 또
맛있게 먹고. 에이 내가 또 무슨 고생하니 고생은 너희가 했지 나는.
투어 화이팅 하시고. 예.
아니야 나는 재밌게 했어.
Bye, Jen.
잘 가. 바이바이.
Now, as an aside, I see that you said my greatest wish for them during their service was to be normal guys. I'm going to venture a guess that that's exactly what it was. And the reason I say that specifically is because Junie had just talked about his watch, and he said, I wore this watch all the way through the military, and it would beep when I had night watch. Now, he's calling it night watch. I told you about this recently. I call it fire watch. So what that tells me is, even in the middle of the night at 0:30, when your hour watch comes up to guard the camp or guard the squad bay, the barracks, whatever it is, guard the weapons, everybody's got to do their shift. There's no special privileges. It is what it is. Junie had to do fire watch just like everybody else. So that is just one clue. It's 1 point on a graph of he was treated like everybody else.
맞다 이걸 안 줬다. 이거 들고 왔는데.
아니 형 그거 형 그거.
아 이거 들고 왔는데 이거.
아우 감사합니다.
Still going.
진짜 참 많이 받네요. 좋은 날이니까.
그래 얘들아 저녁 축하해.
사람들 불러.
야 호비는 안 왔지?
우리 아까 왔다 갔어요. 형이랑 다르게
저
지금.
호비 형이 형 왜 안 오냐고.
나는 지금 깜짝 해주려고 한 거야.
잘 가요.
주세요. 아, 나 약간 오케이 이건 내 이제 TMI인데요.
하고 싶은 얘기 있어. 훨씬 많지. 나 라이브 켜는 상상만 한 300번 넘게 했는데.
아니 그게 아니라
상상만 했지만.
그거 말고 나 MBTI 바뀌었어요.
아, 그래?
Oh, interesting.
너 원래 아니죠. 맞지? ENF.
ENFP 아니면 INFP? 였는데 나 이제 ENTP.
T야?
아 나 이게
너 왜 T야?
애들 어리광을 내가 못 받겠어.
Oh.
나 진짜
너 T야? 오케이.
그 감성적이야. 나 진짜
너 험한 곳에서 훈련받아서 T로 바뀐 거야.
진짜 이성적이에요.
Interesting.
나 정말 나 이제 일에 진짜 이성적이질 거야.
확실해?
진짜.
You can literally feel, I can literally feel Tay's difference. He carries him now. Granted, like, okay, so I have to not be careful what I say, but I want to be accurate here, but because like I'm still watching Bon Voyage, right? So my timeline is very off, right? It's very inaccurate. I mean, I followed Layover, right? I mean, I saw him dance that one hip hop crump song or whatever, but he feels different. Now, I'm attributing this right now with, like, you took these 7 guys. They were pretty dependent on each other and the crew, and that was the life that they lived. Well, when you split them up and you put them in a very kind of self-sufficient mode of military life, you're forcing somebody out of their comfort zone. You're making them create an identity for themselves. Now, that's a very layered statement because the military kind of creates its own identity within you. But point being, I feel like what I'm seeing and the theory that I'm putting out this early is that Tay was kind of pushed out of that comfort zone and kind of forced to really stand on his own. And he was able to kind of shape who he wanted instead of being one of the youngest of 7 and kind of depending on everybody else above him, you know? I mean, him talking about, I couldn't stand him acting like babies. I couldn't stand that. I mean, we've always said that Tay has a very old soul, and I still think that's true. But I think it's interesting that now you take that old soul and you allow it to really kind of stand on its own through its own life experience, and not a life experience that's shared with several other people in a very, very different environment. And I think we're seeing that like right in front of us. Yeah, totally different confidence. Absolutely.
그럼 이제 재즈 그만하는 거야. 감성 음악.
예?
그럼 T는 하기 어렵죠 그 음악은.
형 그거 싫었어요?
아니, 씨. 야 그렇게 얘기하면 씨. 아니 그냥 궁금해서 지금 음악 스타일도 바뀌는 거야.
짜즈는
Interesting.
재즈는 F의 음악 아니야?
겨울 때.
겨울에?
네.
윈터 베어?
네.
Winter Bear.
그리고 이제 겨울 빼곤 다 이제 완전
뭐 할 건데? 힙합? 아무튼 뭐 그렇답니다.
That's what he
T의
said.
음악을 또 보여주신다고 하니까
완전-
그래도 약간 T로 바뀐 거 같긴 해.
진짜 완전 이성적이에요.
I'm so
애들이
rational
어리광을 너무
now.
부렸어.
네?
애들이 어리광을 너무 부려.
아니, 그러니까 뭔가 공감 수치가 많이 낮아진 것 같아요.
공감
Wow.
수치.
Interesting.
인간
아,
공감을 할 수 있는
공감 정도.
능력 그게 많이 낮아진 것 같아요.
군대가 널 바꿨구나.
네. 날 살인 병기로 바꿨어요.
내가 봤을 때 한 달 갈 것 같다.
네.
그지? 나가서 또 이제
또 이제 뭐
야들야들한
Now,
영화로
one thing I do want to clarify here, because, like, dare I say, we know these guys well enough. I get it. I know. Trust me, I get it. But with V's personality and his sense of humor, when he's talking about his empathy got low, I feel like it would be very easy for us to kind of warp that statement and say, oh, he's lost empathy. He doesn't care about people anymore. Now he's just serious and dangerous. And I don't think that's what he's saying. It's one thing to have empathy and and have compassion for people. But the truth is, there are moments when you kind of have to take empathy and put it aside and accomplish something. And here's what I mean by that. If I'm with 10 other guys and we have to accomplish something that's extremely difficult, and one guy is complaining because his leg hurts, like, bro, I'm going to look at you and be like, hey, stop. I need one big push from you. You with me? Let's go. I have to take that empathy and put it on the shelf because we got shit to do. Now, after it's all said and done, I can bring that empathy back and be like, all right, bro, what do you need? Let's take care of you. All right, I'm here. We're good. It's going to be fine. But sometimes you have to be able to flip that switch and do the hard thing regardless of what's happening around you. You have to like make it happen. And that is just part of the military mindset.
그러면
또 이런 거 하다 보면은 또 이제 또 이건 또 TM인데 얘기 안 할래.
저는 이제 20명이랑 같이 잤잖아요 한 방에서.
진짜 얘기 안 해요? 알았어요. 그래?
하고 싶은 게 다 해.
This is literally night and day different from Cookie and Jim. And like, hey, say whatever you want to say. Ah, you gonna say it? Okay, just say everything.
제가
이제
요즘에 또
며칠 안 남았어. 12시간도 안 남았어.
제가 요즘에 또 OTT 또 보고 있는 게 있습니다.
OTT?
네.
OTT 홍보.
아니 홍보는 아니에요.
홍보 아니야.
어떻게 보면 홍보인가? 그냥
OTT?
팬들 보면 재밌겠다 싶은 거.
뭔데.
광장 알아요?
아, 그 웹툰 원작?
저 웹툰 다 봤거든요.
나도 다 봤지.
근데 그거 이번에
그 소지섭 형님이 주연하시는 거지.
와 액션이 진짜 미안하다 사람도 잘 봤습니다. 네.
아, 좋은 영화 많이 수입해 주셔서 감사합니다. 예. 랩도 잘 듣고 있습니다. 또 소관지 또 하시니까.
자 다음
뭐 아무튼 그랬어요. 이걸 키는 순간을 그 관물대 이제 머리 박고 잘 때 한 5,000번 이상 한 것 같아. 저녁해서 라이브 켜서 이런 얘기 해야겠다. 근데 막상 딱 저녁할 때 되니까 뭔가 뭐라 약간 말이 안 나오네. 예.
저희도 1년 반 만에 라이브를 킨 거야. 사실 아미분들도 이해를 해주셔야 될 게
Nigel, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, buddy.
아 진짜?
왜냐면은-
살인 병기가 됐으니까.
아니 그게 아니라
어디까지 할 수 있는데.
옛날에 어디까지 할 수 있는 그 범위가 저한테 존재했었는데 이제 그 리미트가 해제된 기분.
그러니까 이게 조심해야겠다. 딱 지금이 딱 조심해야겠다. 왜냐면 저도 이해하는 게 제가 이제 소위 젠지들
So-called Gen Z.
쌓았거든요. 1년 반 동안 한 방에서 난 구막사 침상이니까 항상 그 평상에서 같이 자면 맨날 이제 정화하고 뭐 연등하고 할 때 알게 돼. 요새 유행하는 릴스가 뭐냐, 요새 유행하는 뭐가 뭐냐. 애들이 맨날 뭐 보내주고 형이 요새는
까먹었다.
요새는 뭐 그
알려줬는데.
그 이탈리안 브레인 락 그거 뭐 퉁퉁퉁퉁 싸우고
Italian brain rot.
그거 말고
그거 좀 됐잖아.
우리 유명한 거 있어요.
아무튼 아무튼 그 전부터 뭘 맨날
So
애들이 뭐
Junie's like the old man sitting with the Gen Z, and he's like, "So what are you guys up to now? Like, what kind of dance moves do you do? What kind of chips are you eating? What kind of food? Is pizza still the same out there?" The old man.
새끼리 뭘 해요 막 이러면 막 애들이 막 그게 뭐야? 아 형님 이게 진짜 웃긴 거예요 형님.
Oh
그게
man.
뭔데? 이게 막 이렇게 한 거예요.
형,
그래?
형 애들 그런 말 쓰지 않아요? 아 뭐해? 빨리 이런 거.
아 그거는 쪽 박스.
아
Sure.
뭐해?
애매하니?
빨리 말래.
저래 하라 그래. 저래 하라 그래.
아 운동하는데 자꾸 그 이름 거론 하고 싶은데 참아야겠다.
부인? 샤워라트 한번 해.
안 돼요. 이게 곤란해져요.
Steph, thank you for the 5 gifted subs,
이
buddy.
방송을 나랑 오늘 첫 휴가는 아니고 이제 휴가를 같이 나온 후임이 한 명 있어. 난 전역하고.
아, 진짜요?
내 첫 휴가 때 나도 전역한 선임이 있었는데 그 친구가 또 일산 살거든.
오 와우.
근데 이제 잘 휴가 잘 즐기다가 가라.
아 저는 그럼 샤라웃 한번 하겠습니다. 샤라웃 행복한. 왜 이렇게?
Why?
나한테 행복하님? 행복하님 중요하지.
진짜 저는 행복한 일 때문에 제가 성장할 수 있었다. 아니 진심.
어떤 식으로?
뭔가
살인 병이?
아니요. 행복한 일 때문에 제가 약간 성장을
Now, something else I want to clarify. And again, I'm coming from the perspective of a Western military man, okay, as a U.S. Marine. I don't understand Korean culture in the military, okay, but I do understand military. One thing I will specify here is Tay's use, and I don't know if it's a translation thing or whatever, or maybe he's being sarcastic or whatever, but this repeated term of murder weapon, okay? To me, it's funny, but I'm trying to also help quell some of the things that I feel like people would run with, right? And try to turn it into something big or bad or negative or whatever, right? So I do think there's a level of like dark humor attached to it, but I also want to say that, like, let's call it what it is, right? In the military, like I said, you have to do hard things sometimes. And if we tie that to the part about the empathy, here's kind of the dark reality sometimes with military and law enforcement, stuff like that. You literally have sometimes not even seconds to make a life or death decision in that moment where if you don't do something fast enough or right with no mistakes, it's either them or it's you. That is the reality. And a lot of people don't want to talk about that because it's dark, but that is the friggin' reality, right? So Tay might call it murder weapon. Like we used to talk the same way, but it's like war is hell. It just is. And yeah, even somebody like me, like I don't want to take somebody's life, right? But again, it's like if you only have like a half a second or a second to make a decision, this is where training comes in. This is why we train people the way that we do. This is why we train them on multiple weapon systems. And we don't just train them on weapons, we train them in thought and critical thinking and identification of threats, the escalation of force. There's so much science behind the escalation of force, and like we use color codes for different like mindsets and mentalities. So I understand if I'm asleep, my mindset color code is is black. Like I'm asleep, I'm completely unaware. If I start to like perk up because I hear something, I'm in the orange, right? And if all of a sudden a threat presents itself through the door, I'm in red. And I gotta draw, I gotta do whatever I gotta do. There's all kinds of different ways that we have to understand and like take this information, process it, and then react in a way that we think is the right answer given these things, right? So here's a perfect example. When Tay talks about this, wherever he was in his unit, and they're doing all this training probably on different weapon systems and like the escalation of force and if deadly force is authorized, like we had to know and be able to spit out in any moment the understanding that deadly force is that force which a person uses with the purpose of causing death or serious bodily harm, or which a reasonable and prudent person would consider likely to create a substantial risk of causing death or serious bodily harm. A 38-word definition on what deadly force is and when it's authorized. And that is ingrained in you in a way that if something happens, I don't have to kind of think. I just understand that these parameters have been met and I can act. It's pretty wild, right? So I feel like there is a level of dark humor to it, but the reality is like, you have to be able to flip that switch if the situation presents itself, right? Like if you have to defend somebody, you have to defend yourself or whatever. So, yeah.
많이 했어요. T로. 아니요? 그거 말고 그냥 긍정적으로.
긍정적인 남자.
오히려 약간 내가 좀 더 성장해야겠다고 싶은 아, 나 여기 배울 게 정말 많구나 를 인지하게 해주시.
뭐 어떻게 알려줬어?
사실 그거 막 자세하게니까 기억은 안 나요. 근데 지나가니까 이제 되게 좋더라고. 고맙더라고.
그런 사람 있지. 저희 또 15사단장님 또 정영수 소장님께
이야,
감사하다는 말씀 드리고 싶습니다.
와우. 엄청 그냥
그때 많이 챙겨주셔가지고
경화의 2군단 쌍용부대 군사경찰 전부 다 진짜 너무 사랑합니다.
우리 부대는 이제 곧 없어질 수도 있어가지고.
이게 무슨 일이에요?
그래서
Yeah, what does that mean?
뭐 그렇게 될 수도 있어요. 그래서
근데 이거 우리 이거 벤치마크 떼야 되지 않나요?
부대 마크?
네.
근데 뭐
It's kind of late now.
15사단 2군단인 거 다 알아서.
네, 여기 나왔는데. 근데 제가 알기로는 이거 이제 바깥에 나가면 떼는 걸로 알고. 뭐 여튼
They're looking at the crew.
다시 물어볼게요. 아무튼 뭐 이렇게 끝났습니다. 이제 논산에 태영이랑 기억나? 판촉 입고 그 비 맞으면서 들어가.
나 진짜
냄새 많이 나지. 그 좀 오래된 거니까.
Oh,
되게
yeah.
세고 안 줘가지고 깜짝 놀랐네.
이게 새해를 두 번 맞으니까 첫 해는 이제 24년은 훈련소에서 제설하다가 이제
Yep.
맞았고
네.
이제 두 번째 해는 저는 이제 불교 가서 사정식에 가서 그 만두 빚고 막 설거지하고 서빙했거든요. 식당 알바를 했는데 그러다가 맞았었어요. 근데 이게 해가 두 번 바뀌니까 약간 되게 긴 느낌? 근데 저희가 지금 역대 가장 짧은 복무 기간인데 내 친구들이랑 그 지인들이 다 그러다 너 왜 이렇게 오래 있는 거냐고. 근데 그래서 좋은 거 아닐까? 그만큼 기다렸다는 거 아닐까?
저는 그게 제일 서운했어요.
왜 이렇게 자주 나와?
아니요? 너 벌써 저녁해?
난 그런 사람은 없었어.
인터넷에 본 거 많아요.
그래.
Interesting.
뭐라 그래 인터넷.
위랑 아래는 벌써 저녁.
그건 뭐. 근데 우리도 똑같이 얘기할
정말 상처받아요.
우리도 똑같이 얘기할 거야. 저희 후배들이 이제 곧 입대하기 때문에.
So I think what they're kind of implying is that, you know, they do their time, they're proud to do their time, and then you get people on the internet that are saying like, "What, they're done already?" I'm like, what were they in for like 3 days? I mean, obviously I'm paraphrasing, and that sucks because they're doing their time, which, let's be honest, like not everybody does their time, and that's fine, but like to have somebody minimize that kind of sucks, right?
벌써 저녁해? 그리고 이제 아무튼 그런 별개로 이제 또 초등학교 친구들이 또 꽃다발을 보내줬어요. 그리고 이제 롤패를 써주셨는데 이렇게 롤패를 써줘서 또 이제 저희의 빅히트 유일한 또 같은 빅히트 아닙니까? 범규, 수빈이, 카이, 연준, 우리 또 태연이, 롤패 써줘서 너무 고맙습니다.
야,
코팅도 해줬어. 아무튼
너무 감동이다.
뭐,
진짜 너무 감동인데요?
That is pretty cool. They did that for everybody.
좋습니다. 아 이게 운동할 때 쭉 K-팝으로 알고리즘 세팅하면 항상 나오더라고. 도아트와 같이 걸려서.
아 그래요?
너 더 하고 싶은 말 있어? 아, 이 말 안 했네. 1년 반이 진짜 긴 시간이잖아요.
네.
사실 저희 나이도 좀 들었고
저는 20살 마지막을 군대로 시작해서 30살, 31살에 나왔죠.
That's a big deal.
그래서 되게 긴 시간인데 또 공기간 동안 내내 또 기다려주셔가지고
아 진짜.
되게 감사하고 당연한 게 아니잖아요 이게 사실.
사실
저 같으면 못 기다려요.
사실 진짜 기다려주신 아미분들이 어쩌면 신기해요. 왜냐면은 저희는 1년 반 동안 뭐 노출도 많이 안 되고 사실
노출되면 안 되니까 사실. 신분이 군인 그렇게 어쩔 수 없이.
근데 그런 이제 아무런
너무 티가
아미분들이 좋아하는 그런 게 없는데도 불구하고 아미분들이 이제 기다려주시고 약간 우리 저녁할 때 투표를 환영해주잖아요.
그러니까
그게 약간
또 지금 하이브 주변에도 한 주산 한 1000명 정도가 계신 것 같은데 좀 안전에 주의해서 잘 동대 따라주시면 감사하겠습니다.
근데 위험할 것 같아요.
아 그렇지 그럴 수 있어. 좀 안전하게 잘 귀가하셨으면 좋겠고요.
근데 아미분들이 되게 여러 나라에서 많이 오셨더라고요.
그렇죠.
숙박은 어떻게 하지? 당일치기인가?
뭐또 여기어 때도 있고 또 좋은 게 많으니까 요새 또 그렇게 잘 돼 있어가지고 뭐 오늘의 집 아니 인테리어가 뭐 그리고 요새 잘 돼 있어요. 호텔즈닷컴 이런 것도 잘 돼. 트립고인 이런 것도
Websites.
아무튼
네 그렇습니다. 근데 진짜 이게 혼자 하는 것보다 둘이 하는 게 행복하다.
그러게요.
진짜.
저는 부대에서 저 혼자 전역했거든요. 그 이제 다른 소대에 있는 사람 한 명 빼고.
Is anybody else surprised that Junie's doing most of the talking? Nope. As soon as I saw this picture, I was like, I know exactly how this is gonna go. Tay is just like Cookie in his life. He just kept eating and eating. And Jimin's like, so what else can we talk about?
군악대 중에 저 혼자고 제가 동기가 7명인데 7명을 다 보냈어요.
아 그래요?
네, 4월 9일
저희는
2명, 5월 19일 4명, 6월 3일 1명, 그리고 제가 마지막에.
저희는 동기 3명이거든요. 한 명 있었는데 한 명은 이제 부상 좀 크게 입어가지고
아 진짜? 어떡하냐.
그 조기 전역을 하고 저희 3명이 이제 전역을 했는데 저희 3명 다
동시에?
네 동기가 3명이에요.
그러니까
4명이었는데 한 명 부상 때문에
알동이
활동기가 뭐예요?
알동이 뭘 똑같은 날 전역하고.
네 그니까
Mm.
그거 근데 3명 전역했거든요 오늘. 근데 3명 다 특급 전사예요.
저는 특급 전사를 딸 수 있는 기회가 없었어요. 사격을
아 그쵸.
할 기회가 없었어요.
저는 사격 진짜 많이 해요. 만발 가까이.
논산에서 그렇게 힘들어하더니 사격 때문에. 태양이 그때 논산에서 사격을 못 맞추는 거예요. 최정예 훈련병을 따는 중대 한 3명, 4명밖에 없었거든요. 근데
그게
태양이가 사격을 처음에 못 맞춰서 되게 힘들어해서 몇 번 가서 쏘더니 지금 네가 나보다 훨씬 잘 쏘겠지만
형 근데 그게 0점 문제였어요.
오케이.
Yeah, the problem is always aiming. You're right. That is a critical point. The site didn't give a chance for me to do zeroing the site. I'll explain this in a second.
그리고 조정을 기회를 잘 안 줬어요 훈련소에서.
아 그치 그 애들이 많으니까
So many of us.
뭐 지금 뭐 거의 특급 그 뭐지 인간 병기가
So V's talking about zeroing the weapon. What that means is like if you take a rifle, okay, you take a rifle, it's got a rear sight, it's got a front sight. And then that rear sight, depending on the gun, like this can get really tricky. But the front sight has like options that you can raise it and you can lower it. And then the rear sight can have like elevation where the rear sight can go up, the rear sight can go down, and then windage knob, which can move the sight to the left or right. I could take that gun and do what's called a zero. And a zero will basically even out everything on that gun so that it's completely flush and ready to go. If I take that gun and I give like a number of shots on this one target, and then I get a little cluster that's off to the left side, I can adjust these sights so that if I shoot again, and let's say it drives it to the right a little bit more, okay, a little bit more, click, 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 and then I finally get that gun to where it's hitting dead center when I shoot it. I could take that gun, give it to you, and you do the same thing, and you shoot and it's high or it's off to the right in a little cluster. It's so strange, but we call that a battle sight zero, where like I have my BZO, you have your BZO, and you understand when you get a gun, this many clicks, and now it's kind of set for you and how you shoot. So when V's talking about zeroing the gun, he went to a range and there were so many people shooting that they didn't zero the guns. They just kept handing guns to people. And it's like, I mean, I'm aiming, but it doesn't mean it's going to hit where I'm aiming because the zero is off. It's completely different for every person. It was basically just like what we call a FAM fire, a familiarization fire, where you're just kind of like shooting to get the field down. And then, so I imagine it's not the same every time, but at least one time he's talking about that's what happened.
있기 때문에 태양의 앞에서 이제 까불면 저희도
근데 진짜
큰일 날것
이거는 진짜 좀 그렇지만 사실 0점만 잘 맞추면 나.
나도 0점 사격을 못하게 하더라고 거기서. 그래서 기회가 없었어 0점 사격. 그래서 최저 크리코를 맞추고 그냥 쏘니까 계속 저상탄 나고 이래.
그러니까 저상탄.
So he kept having bullets up on the left side. Junie is right-handed, right?
예상 맞춰야 되잖아요.
그치.
그게 어렵죠.
어렵지. 250m 이런 건. 아무튼
250 meters.
네, 그렇습니다.
Yeah, for a right-handed shooter, I'm assuming they're shooting rifles. He's hitting on the left hand. Did he say upper left? Up on the left side.
저상탄 나고.
Ah, okay. Wait a second. So I just have to figure this out. I love this stuff.
기회가 없었어 0점 사격. 그래서 최저 크리코를 맞추고 그냥 쏘니까 계속 저상탄 나고 이래.
Okay, I was looking at his hand to see if he was doing like a pistol or a rifle motion. I don't know. But for a right-handed shooter to have bullets on the left-hand side is extremely common. But up on the left-hand side, that my gut says that that's a sight problem. Not his aiming, most likely. Possible, not most likely. That's like the zero is off. So he's really just kind of confirming what V was saying.
그러니까 저상탄 예상 맞춰야 되잖아요.
그치.
그게 어렵죠.
어렵지. 250m 이런 건. 아무튼
네, 그렇습니다.
뭐 이제 돌아와가지고
근데 이제 우리 그런 얘기 그만합시다. 나 진짜 눈 뜨고 일어나면 다시
후유증이 좀 갈 것 같아요.
될 것
그래서
같으니까.
또 저희 뭐 사실 저희가 그 기존에 여러 가지 계획을 해놨어요. 그래서 뭐 당장 결과물이 나올지는 모르겠는데 저희 플랜이 다 있어가지고 또 조금 기다려주시면 이제 저희가 올해 비웠잖아요. 저희 생각해보면 마지막 공연 2022년 10월입니다. 와우, 거의 3년 됐어요. 부산 예투컴이 마지막
yeah.
공연에 뭐
We remember that well,
저
don't we?
1년 반 동안 사실 창작을 아예 안 했거든요. 일기만 쓰고 가수도 안 쓰고 멜로디 쓰려고 해봤는데 안 되더라고요. 너무 부정적인 생각밖에 안 나서
저도요.
그래서 이제 창작을 이렇게 오래 쉰 게 처음인데 돌아와가지고 다시 오래 쉰 만큼 또 뭔가 이제 충전이 돼 있을 테니까 재밌는 거 만들어서 잘 만들어서 보여드릴게요. 또 저희가 돌아왔다는 것을 또 많은 분들이 이제 알게끔.
하고 싶은 얘기 메모장에 적어놨어요?
라이브에서?
아니요.
아직 모르겠어 사실.
I don't know yet.
하고 싶은 얘기 많지. 근데 이제 막 딱 뭔가 무슨 얘기를 해야겠다 뭐 그런 건 모르겠어. 지금 시대가 어떤 시대인지 잘 모르겠어.
Interesting.
아직 이제 군인으로 계속 살다 보니까 사실 뭔가 이렇게 약간 이렇게 좀 아무래도 좀 단절되는 게 있잖아요. 사회랑 분리되는 게 있어서 그래서 돌아와서 좀 다시 좀 이제 사회 물을 다시 좀 입힌 다음에 다음에 좀 아무튼 잘 해볼 생각입니다. 내일 또 지민이랑 정국이 오니까.
Oh, so this was the day before.
아
Okay.
그럴까요?
형 이거 오랜만이죠?
I'm hungry too래. I'm hungry too. 배고프시면 좀 식사 좀 하시면
왜냐면은 이거는
음.
제가 아미한테 잘 보이고 싶어서 최근에 아예 탄수화물을 아예 끊고
넌 아예 끊구나.
그냥 아예 끊고
I love you too. I'm sorry. I'm not giving up carbs.
안 먹. 왜냐면 그 또 붓기랑 연결이 되니까.
맞아.
저는
맞아.
그래서 새벽 5시에 일어나서 혼자 운동했어요. 빨리
부대에서?
붓기 좀
Get rid of the
빼려고.
swelling.
네.
난 새벽 5시에 정리.
왜냐면은 오랜만에 보는 아미가 저를 보는 모습이니까 제가 뭐 너무 잘 보이고 싶은 거예요. 그래서 막 엄청
잘했다. 나 좀 뛸 걸.
땀 엄청 흘리고 일부러 겨울 파카 옷 입고.
Jeez.
진짜.
These cats act like they could go for a little run one morning with a parka on, and all of a sudden they're just going to be like trim and tight. If only.
역시 프로네.
Maybe it's because you already look like that, bro.
아니 오랜만에 잘 보이고 싶은 거. 약간
잘 해오고 있었는데 전 오늘 아무튼 눈물을 막을 수가 없다.
그렇습니다.
네, welcome back soldiers.
어?
welcome back soldiers.
그 뭐 음악 같은 거 말고
네,
남준 씨 저녁 하시면 뭐 하고 싶었던 거 없어요? 뭐 여행을 가고 싶다던가.
This is a pretty classy move by V. Multiple times, Junie's talked about his struggles, about crying, right? And V always acknowledges it. But now that it's become a pattern, this is like the third time I think Junie's mentioned it. Tay kind of turns the conversation, right? He puts his hand on him and he's like, hey, so let me ask you, what did you think about doing after you got discharged? So he's kind of like rerouting his brain away from the negativity of him serving and being like, okay, I know you keep going back there, but I want to bring you to right now. Because for a year and a half now, you thought about what you wanted to do in your discharge. You're discharged now. So what did you want to do? We'll see how Junie handles this.
여행 가고 싶죠.
아니면은
여행 가고 싶고.
왜냐면 해외 여행도 안 간지 너무 오래됐잖아요.
네, 여행 가고 싶죠.
그리고 뭐
일본 한번 갔다 오긴 했었는데 말년 때.
어디 뭐
잠깐 3일 갔다 왔으니까.
저기 한번 가보고 싶다던가.
See, Junie got that nervous slap too.
모르겠어요. 좀 뭔가 좀 그러게요. 여행이라는 걸 가본 지가 제대로 가본 지가 좀 오래돼서 가보고 싶긴 한데 또 뭔가 너무 가기에는 또 우리가 해야 할 일들이 또 있으니까. 사실 라이브를 되게 키고 싶었어요. 그냥.
오.
그냥 라이브 키고 그냥 이제 아무 얘기나 하고 그랬던 때가 좀 그리웠던 것 같아요.
오케이.
Yeah.
오케이. 나 내일
저 소원 이뤘습니다. 저도 이따가 다시 키려고.
아 진짜요? 집에 가서.
Oh, so this was the same day they were discharged, and then the next day was when Junie did his live at his house that we watched, right? I think that's what they're saying.
네, 아마 집에 가서
와우.
본가 가서 지금 가족들 보러 갈 것 같은데 저도 이제.
와우.
Got it.
전 웃긴 게 지금 뒤늦게 지금 이제 운동하고 다시 가려고 그래서
오늘 운동할 거예요?
이걸 좀 어떻게 좀 빼야 될 것 같아서 좀 뛰어야 될 것 같아요. 천국에 한 20분 타면 빠지니까. 근데 어쨌든 그러고 이제 이따 밤에 다시 켜서 좀 더 좀 내밀한 얘기를 하겠습니다.
좋은 것 같아요. 그럼 넌 뭐하지?
넌 뭐야? 계획 없어? 나도
네.
계획 딱히 없어. 나 가족 보는 게 계획
왜냐면은 제가 오늘 춤 좀 출까 했는데
좋아요. 저 가끔 레슨 받고
진짜.
그랬는데
잠이 오더라고요. 잠이 와가지고.
너무 일찍 와서 그런 거 아니야?
네. 그래서 너무 일찍 일어나서 막 붓기 빼고 막 한다고 별 노력을 다 하니까 잠이 와가지고 잠 좀 자고 좀 생각하려고.
그래요. 낮잠 좀 자고 생각하시고.
Love a good nap.
알겠습니다.
그렇습니다.
네, 아무튼 다시 한번 기다려주셔서 감사하고 또 한번 또 빡세게 다시 뛰어보겠습니다.
네, 뭐 우리가 잘 했나 모르겠네. 이건 뭐 혹시 궁금한 거 있어요?
딜레이가 한 10초 정도 있대.
네.
Sounds about right.
와 진짜 나 진짜 이거 꼭 먹고 싶었다. 자 삼겹살이 비비면 진짜 너무 행복합니다. 감사합니다. 진짜.
Man, my man putting some food away. Good for you, bro.
잠자는 걸 라이브를 해달라 하시네. 고려해보세요.
going to sleep. No.
당신은 휴식을 취할 자격이
Take a
있습니다.
rest.
맞긴 한데 그래서 1년만 비웠기 때문에 또 다시 열심히 해야 됩니다. 제혁과 진을 만났죠. Guys, anyways, thank you for patiently waiting, and we're gonna straight up run things again, and we'll be back for, you know, so much better things. What was missed the most? 제일 뭐가 그리울 것 같나는?
저는 애들이 제일 그래요.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
사람들이
Yeah.
그냥 사람들 때문에 스트레스 받았고 사람들이 너무 좋았고 사람들이 그리워요.
사람이 전부지. 가장 잊지 못할 순간 언제였나요?
저요?
네.
가장 잊지 못할 순간. 저는 저희가 약간 그런 게 있어요. 특임대라서 그렇지 애들이 운동에 약간 좀 열정이 있는.
다들 몸이 좋으시더라고요.
그래서 그 에어컨을 안 키면 안 되는 그런 그 열기가 너무 좋았던 것 같아요.
다들 항상
네. 왜냐면 내려가 있으면은 저도 내려가면은 다들 막 엄청 그 막 파이팅 하려고 하고 그러니까 저도 거기서 힘이 되고.
근데 너도 가서 운동을 확실히 배운 것 같은데. 몸이 엄청 커졌잖아.
근데 80kg 때는
나도 83kg까지 쪘었어 작년. 지금
그래요?
74인데 입대하기 전에 69였고.
저는 61에서 입대했다가
너 61이었어?
Damn!
좀 마르긴 했어.
80까지 찌었다가
나도 80 찍었어.
지금 이제 67까지 왔어요.
67 많이 왔네.
그래서
4kg.
이게
Then we calling him V for different reasons now. He's gonna get that shoulder lat thing. He's gonna go. He got that V. Oh boy, you're
어떻게 빼는
done.
방법은 이제 알겠는데 형도 아시다시피
정신 끊는 게 제일 심플하다.
80kg 때 얼굴은 모르겠는데 몸은 되게 이쁘게 나오잖아요.
실루엣은?
네.
Remind me after these guys are done in a few minutes. Remind me to talk about what I think V's unit might have been like, because he's talking about the exercise with the passion and stuff. So I wanna hit that.
근데 그게 약간
그러니까 대피 말고.
그치 근데 그
아, get the
카메라
bear!
실루엣으로 좋은지는 모르겠어. 왜냐면 약간 눈에 보이긴 해. 약간 날렵해 보이진 않잖아.
그쵸.
맞아. 그게 좀
네.
우리 직업상 우리 좀 날렵해 보이는 게 좀 나은 것 같긴 해.
그래서 이제
근데 그때 뭐 100kg면 뭐 제가 찍어버리겠습니다 뭐 그랬잖아. 기억나? 입대하기 전에.
난 몇 킬로 찐다 약속 못.
86kg였나 뭐 아무튼.
그래? 하여튼 안 돼요. 나 이거 진짜 미친 듯이 맨날 볶음밥으로 먹었는데.
근데 뼈에 그게 있으니까 너가 뼈가 막 엄청 두꺼운 스타일은 아니니까.
네, 얇아요. 근데 주에 한 6일 정도 계속 꾸준히 운동하니까 건강해지긴 하더라고.
나도 거의 운동만 했던 것 같아.
네.
그래서 할 게 없어가지고.
진짜 노력 많이 했어요, 진짜. 그게 하나 그냥 자랑스럽다.
잘
한
한
게 하나 있구나.
나도 색소폰을 배운 게
형 진짜
이제 그냥 가끔 써먹을 수 있을 것 같아서 콘서트에서 써먹든지 그거 되게 잘 배워온 것 같아. 아무튼 즐거웠고 또
색소폰 진짜 내 파트였는데.
15사단에 계신 모든 분들 또 지금 현역 복무 중이신 모든 장병분들 항상 너무 고생이 많으십니다. 또 무사히 또 전역하시고 용사분들은 또 전역하시고 저희 또 저희 자리에서 또 열심히 싸우고 있겠습니다. 가자 이제. 나 운동해야겠다. 나 좀 뛰어야겠어.
네.
나 왜 지금 뛰지 않아? 나도
뭐.
좀 전에 뛸 걸. 나도 나한테 새벽 5시 일어나라고 왜 말 안 해줬어. 나 그때 자긴 했어 나는.
뭐 혹시 뭐 좀 더 필요한 에피소드나 그런 거 있으면은.
그럼 물어보는 게 너무 페이크해. 그 너무
아니 왜냐면은 내가 1년 반 만에 라이브를 켰잖아.
이따가 또 키는 거지.
그러니까 내가 지금 그러니까 뭘 얘기를 해야 될지 모르겠다.
그런 게 어딨어. 그냥 저희 잘 다녀왔고 이제 잘 지냈다 이런 인사하러 온 거지.
근데 아미분들이 좀 아쉽지 않으실라나 생각은 하지만
일단 개인적으로 또 켜서
개인적으로 켜서 한번
이런저런 시시콜콜한 이제 지역적인 얘기들 많이 해주시면
네. 알겠습니다.
그렇게 하겠습니다.
진짜 많이 보고 싶었어요.
저도요. 내일은 또 지민이랑 정국이 오니까
비록 저는 지금 카메라를 보고 있지만 정말 그 카메라 안에 담긴 아미분들 진짜 많이 보고 싶습니다.
Oh, they still got it.
감사합니다.
그래서 또 가볼게요. 저희는
네.
안녕.
See, this is the moment as production, you just stand there. Don't touch anything. Make them be awkward for as long as possible.
안녕.
Will they keep waving for 10 minutes? More finger hearts? Oh, damn. Quality. That was a perfect opportunity.
다녀와.
뭐
Okay. Let's see something here. I lost it. All right, so here's one reason I think that V enjoyed himself so much in the military. There are so many and again, I'm going to use my knowledge of the Western military to kind of explain the general concept, and then you should understand that there's probably just some variation of that with the Korean military, okay? So you have, in America, you have different branches. You have the Army, you have the Air Force, the Marine Corps, and like in the Navy and the Coast Guard, and like it goes on from there. But point being, and even the Coast Guard, I think, is like Homeland Security. It's not technically like Department of Defense or however it's labeled. The point being that you have all these different branches that kind of have specialties, and then each one is kind of known for certain things, that so on. Well, in my 25 years of military and paramilitary life, I have trained with so many different divisions and units and branches. I've trained with SEAL teams, I've trained with Delta Force, like FBI. I've done so much through my years. And what most people aren't aware of is that with all of these different divisions, depending on kind of what their specialty is, that's going to determine pretty much their everyday training regime, their training schedule, their mindsets, their mentality. So here's a perfect example. In the Marine Corps, my job for my second half of my tour was as an infantryman, as a machine gunner. Now, as an infantryman, like your job is to carry a heavy ass machine gun and a bunch of ammo. You got your other, you got your ammo bearer that carries the bullets. You got a guy that might have a tripod and, all kinds of stuff. But with that job, most of the day is made up of things that is going to make you run faster, carry more weight, keep your head in the game regardless of how miserable you are, work together as a team, and make you a better Marine / shooter / machine gunner / thinker, sectors of fire, like all kinds of stuff. That is your job. You will live and breathe that life every single day. So when the time comes, you have to do it in real life. It's second nature to you. Okay. Now you take that, and that's, let's just say, your everyday infantryman, essentially. Now, if you take somebody that, let's say, goes through selection as a force reconnaissance, like special operations Marine, if they get into that unit, most of their days are going to be like, I'm not even kidding. Start off with a little PT, a little physical training. Might go for a run, might go for a swim, might go to the gym, whatever you feel like. Sometimes you do it as a group. Sometimes you do it individually. Hey, bro, I'm going to go to the gym until like 10. You want to go hang out? Yeah, let's go do it. And then you go to the gym. And then after that, you have some protein, you have some creatine. And then, hey, at noontime, we're going to meet at the range. We're going to do some shooting. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be there at noon. Get there at noon. Hey, what's up, fellas? Okay. Hey, what do you think? 1,500. Let's go hit the building. Yeah, let's do some raids on the building. Everybody stack up, mask, guns on, and then you just pretty much do the things that you know you need to do. But it's a lot more free Because in a specialized unit like that, you kind of need guys to be able to still think for themselves in a way. That's still expected as infantry people. Again, I'm using the parallel, but there's just a lot more responsibility that lays on the special operations, special forces units. So they have a little bit more freedom and leeway, and they do tend to be older. Okay. So now that was my second half. So where I can relate to Tay is that what he did is pretty much my understanding is what I did my first 2 years. And like I said, I was special operations and it was counterterrorism. So it was very like building raiding, like I said, I always just use the very basic term of like global SWAT team is kind of what it was. So when he talks about going to the range and he talks about PT and it was very this, it was very that, we had a lot more freedom in that unit because it was specialized. More was kind of expected of us, even though I was young, versus the infantry where you're kind of viewed as a machine. And in the counterterrorism, because you're a smaller, more specialized cell, you're kind of expected to be able to go, like, to receive an order of that building. Here's your objectives. Here's the information we have. Go. And then you figure it out. Information, okay, intel, and then you kind of go from there. So all that to say, my theory with V is that the reason he had a much easier time is because he had more freedom in his unit. It was still incredibly difficult. You still have to be able to run this many miles, this fast. You got to be able to like shoot these guns. He shot like 10,000 rounds or whatever it was. And there's just a lot more, it's almost a little bit more cerebral because you have to be able to do all these lists of things, but then it comes down to more complicated issues that you can encounter. This is not exclusive, okay? Because I can already see somebody's gonna be like, well, I was infantry and the shoot wasn't easy. I understand that. Like I lived the life, like I get it. But we have to acknowledge that there are differences between A and B. It is what it is, right? And I understand that my version of like V's life, where he talks about his special operations and counterterrorism stuff, that was a very different mentality and mindset that you had to have, because as an infantry person, you had to like, it was like, take that hill. You don't say why, you don't say when, you take the hill, period. That's it. In the counterterrorism aspect, you're most likely going to be in an urban environment most of the time, or at least it was back when I was in, which is definitely the case now, but it was more urban environment. So you had the 3-block war is what we called it, where in one city block you had to deal with like combat. In another city block, you had to deal with like humanitarian efforts, and you had to be able to shift back and forth between 3 different objectives of different severities. And that's just a very different thing than a machine gunner, generally speaking. Now, thankfully, because of the way that combat and the world itself has evolved, everybody kind of understands now that it's much less take that hill and more so you're going to be thrown every single thing under the sun at any time. And we have had to evolve as fighters because of that fact. And if you don't evolve as fighters, you will not survive, right? So that's why you have to evolve with the times. So anyway, so that's kind of a tangent, but I do think that that's one of the reasons that V probably had a more enjoyable time. And he did specifically say, like he talked about being a murder weapon, and even that can go back to the simple fact of like the drills that you shoot. And I say shoot like from a gun perspective, because like when you're shooting on a range, it's very rare that you're shooting at a target that is a bullseye. Like that's for competition shooters, that's for whatever. Most of the time you are shooting at a target that is a silhouette of a person, right? It's going to be very rare in a combat scenario where you are attacked by a bunch of bullseyes and you're like, check the wind, aim a little bit to the right, goosh, and then hope you hit. Hell no. It's shaped like a person for a reason. Those are the threats that we deal with. So you shoot 2 to the body, you shoot 1 to the head, you do all kinds of different drills. And then even to the point where, you know, if you're presented with 3 different targets in, let's just say 2 seconds, you've got to draw your weapon from a position and then only shoot the ones that are threats. Well, what does that mean? If it's just a target, how do you know it's a threat? Because it's not just a silhouette of a person. It'll be like 3 different pictures of people, and in their hands will be either like open hands, or it'll be a gun, or it'll be a cell phone. And you've got to be able to only shoot the ones that are threats and not shoot the non-threats in like 2 or 3 seconds at different ranges. Like, it's all this level of training to get somebody to be able to react before they're actually logically processing, because most of the time there isn't time for that. So you've got to be able to condition these people to literally go from, and things are happening, and it's just, and things just line up. I mean, that's incredibly deep and it's incredibly dark, but it is the harsh reality of military life and what is expected of you when bad times come, you know? So anyway, it's some level of insight. I don't know if it's like entirely accurate for Tay, but if anything, it's more information than you had before, you know? RM's Live suggests he didn't step up as a leader. He was punished. Because he didn't step up as a leader, he was punished. You talking about the one at his house? Because we watched that, I didn't remember that part though. I remember speculating on how I thought there might be a chance that that's one of Junie's concerns, was that now that they had all been through the military, if he was still going to be viewed as the leader, or if he was going to have a harder time feeling like the leader because he had struggled in the military. That was one of the things that my speculation is. But again, it's pure conjecture. Yeah. Jay's tested Men in Black. Exactly. Yep. It was the little girl. Yep. Some idols have shared they get bullied because famous. Yep. And you know what? Here's my 2 cents on that. And this is my opinion. You're either going to get bullied because you're famous, or you're going to get bullied because you're not famous, or because you're too skinny, or you're too fat, or you're too tall, you're too short. At this point in the world, like, I'd be hard pressed to find somebody that's not bullied. You know what I mean? Like, so it sucks for them, but like, I honestly think that military life, you can kind of expect it. I mean, it's the reality, because part of the mindset for military is you're trying to toughen each other up. I mean, V himself in this, he didn't talk about like bullying, but he did say, I can't stand it when they act like babies. Right. So there's a mentality in this life where you have to be hard. You have to be hard when the times call for it. And it might be difficult, but sometimes you just have to do it. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Wasn't Junie in one of the worst places too? Yeah, he had talked about being at the DMZ. I think it was the same thing with Jimin, that he was at the DMZ. Or was that Cookie? I think it was Cookie and Jimin. And Junie was at one of the worst places, like the bases, right? It was one of the worst bases, I think is what it was. So yeah, and that can make things hard in just a different way. Yep. Yep. So a lot of different variables. And you know what? I'll even really quickly comment, because we've been live for over an hour now. I'll quickly comment. Somebody had posted on, I think it was me commenting on, it must have been Junie's live, his live at home. But I had commented on some of his struggles and how I thought I could relate to some of them, and there was some empathy there. And somebody on YouTube had said, well, all he did was play military. He didn't go to war. And of course I commented back, and like, the thing is, like, it's not about war. Like, military life itself can do a friggin' massive number on people. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't always matter like what uni you were with or how long you were in. Military life is hard. It is just hard. And it takes a toll on people. And sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Some people love it. Some people hate it. just like everything else in life, right? But I can tell you firsthand, I can almost guarantee that keyboard commando that said that did not serve in the military. Nope. And if they do, they're a complete douchebag, because you understand there's a mutual respect for people that have done their time, have served their countries, and even if they never saw war, never saw combat, they did serve their country. They did their time, right? So, and you know what? They didn't volunteer for it. Like this is a conscription, but I think if somebody were creative enough, maybe there could have been an exception. I don't know. I've heard rumors about that. I have no idea, but there have been plenty of people in the past that have been drafted into the military and all around the world, different nations, and still found ways to get out of it. So even in that regard, they did their time. They did it well. We're proud of them. They should be proud of themselves. And thankfully for all of us, including them, now it's over and we can enter the next chapter.